welcome back to the channel. I wish today had happier news, but this is real life on a small city-based homestead, and sometimes, unfortunately, things just take a turn. And this morning I walked into the coop expecting to do my usual feed and check routine, but instead my heart dropped. One of my younger quails was not moving properly, and she was hunched in a corner, so feathers ruffled. And when she tried to stand, she could only use one leg. It was one of those moments when your gut just knows something's going on, something's wrong. And for me, it brought back a wave of pain from just 2 weeks ago. So here's what I noticed first. Let me take you back for a second. 2 weeks ago, I lost one of my older quails. She had lived a very good life, but her last few days were really hard to watch. She stopped walking, and just like this one, unfortunately, she ate less and less, slept more, and I tried everything that I could, but it was way too late, and she passed away, unfortunately. So today when I saw this younger quail, I immediately thought, is this the same thing? Did she catch something from the other one before she passed? And I noticed she wasn't just limping, she was dragging one side of her body slightly. Like there was a nerve weakness or pain. And something else caught my eye. Her back feathers were thinning out. I'd see that before in a sick or stressed bird. And that's when I stopped everything and I moved into action. So here's my immediate response. The first thing I did was I gently picked her up, keeping her calm, moving away from the rest of the flock, and I can't risk other quails getting sick if this is something contagious, and she clearly needed a peaceful space. So I set her up in a clean isolation cage, warm, soft bedding, and it's just really a bit hard for me to make this video, but I also added some fresh water and some modified feed. Even if she wasn't going to eat straight away, I wanted her to feel secure. And you could see that she was feeling exhausted just from trying to stay upright. So I honestly think she was holding on by sheer will. So what are my suspicions here? Based on what I've seen before, I'm suspecting a viral or a bacterial infection. Maybe something's respiratory or something deeper in her nervous system. The leg weakness, the feather loss, the low appetite all lines up to what I've dealt with before. But there's also another layer to this. I also noticed that the sheer quality had been off lately before she got sick, and I'd been collecting slightly thinner eggs from one of the two quails. And that got me thinking, could this be linked to a calcium deficiency? Could it be a nutrient issue that weakened her immune system? And that's when I decided to try a natural support approach using what I had on hand. So let's talk about the at-home natural treatment that I did currently doing. And just to be transparent, this is a trial and error. I'm not a vet. I'm just a quail mom doing her best with what she knows and what I'm researching as well. So first I went ahead and I crushed some clean dried eggshells and sprinkled them onto her feed. Calcium deficiency can lead to mobility issues and soft bones, so this is a no-brainer. And I bake the eggshells to kill any bacteria on 180 Celsius for 10 minutes, then go ahead and grind them up finely, enough to mix them in with her feed. And then also I added a few drops of organic apple cider vinegar to her drinking water, just a teaspoon per liter. And apple cider vinegar can really help with things like gut bacteria, support digestion, and even known to strengthen the immunity. Even though she's not really eating or drinking much right now, I'm keeping the feed and water nearby just in case she decides to nibble or sip on her own. Sometimes just seeing food within reach can really encourage them. And I also moved her cage to a quiet corner outdoors where she's more likely to have a bit of sun exposure as well, and she'll feel safe. But I also check in on her easily as well. And right now, this is her current status. Her appetite is very low, and that really scares me. She hasn't touched much of her feed, and I haven't seen her drink at all. But I'm staying hopeful. Every few hours, I check in on her. I speak to her softly. I even tried offering her soft-boiled egg yolk, but she turned away. Still, I'll leave it there because any moment, she just might change her mind. And this stage is the hardest, the waiting stage, the not knowing if she'll make it through the night or if tomorrow will bring any sort of improvement. But I believe in giving them a fighting chance, and I believe in learning from each experience, even the painful ones. So if you've ever raised a quail, you know how delicate they are and how quickly things can go from fine to absolutely frightening. And it's not always about getting it perfect, it's about responding with care, observing closely, and doing what you can. Now, I'll be honest, losing that quail 2 weeks ago really shook me. And this time I want to do better, act faster, and hopefully share what I learned so others don't go through the same heartbreak. So please keep her in your thoughts. And if you've ever faced a similar situation, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what has worked for you. And I'll be keeping you updated, whether it's good news or not. Let's hope it's always good news, because this channel is not about picture perfect moments. It's about real raw stuff. And unfortunately, as a person who cares for animals, you go through these phases and these stages as well. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for being there, for caring, and for following along. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. I'll also share videos about raising quail, chickens, holistic animal care, and also what it's like to really run a small home flock in a city-based homestead, also called Homestead, I'd like to say. And if this video helped you in any way, or if you think someone else might need it, please share it, and please keep learning, growing together, and for us and for animals. And I'll see you soon. Take care. And I'll see you hopefully with better news and a healing update. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. All the best.